Hello everybody, today is a unique video. I don't normally make videos like this, but it's something I wanted to do and I wanted to try. So the editing might not be very good, but I hope you guys all enjoy. If you have any other topics you'd like me to talk about, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And if you like the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Thank you guys, enjoy the video. Streaming services. You probably use them in your fair share. There's the paid ones like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, or the free ones like Twitch and YouTube. Either way, you're bound to use one in your daily life. I mean, this video is literally on youtube.com right now. But I didn't want to look at those ones today. I didn't want to look at the ones that are alive and well. I wanted to look at the ones that fail flat on their face, or just simply don't exist, or are a ghost of a former self. Now, this is due to many reasons, whether it's a bad launch time, or unable to compete, or just a merger. Either way, welcome to the streaming graveyard. Okay, first off, I just want to say it's been a couple weeks. I moved my setup, but I told myself I'd have this video out by the first Saturday of 2025. So if you're watching this, I did it. But if you're watching this and I didn't come out then, I'm sorry for lying. Anyways, let's jump into it. The first one we are talking about today is Quibi. Quibi is probably the most unique one I will be covering today, and that is because it's specialized in bite-sized content. Now, what is that, you ask? 5 to 10 minute episodes of shows designed to be watched both horizontally or vertically, so you can watch on the go. Now, you probably saw an ad for Quibi at some point, whether it was on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, even that year's Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, in which a group of bank robbers walked out of the bank to find their getaway driver not there, and when they radio him, he says he'll be there in a Quibi because he's too busy watching Quibi. Now, Quibi launched in April of that year, so that ad was 2 months before it even came out. Very interesting time to put that commercial, but anyways, it launched in April. You want to know how quickly it died? It didn't even make it a year. It got shut down December 1st. It didn't even make it a full 8 months. And the reason why? Well, there was kind of a whole pandemic happening in April of 2020. A whole streaming content area designed specifically on the go, presumably probably walking or at work or on the bus, and everyone stuck in their home, probably binge watching Tiger King on Netflix. Now, they tried. They 100% tried. They poured their heart and souls into this. They spent $64 million in advertising in just 8 months, which is insane. Granted, the Super Bowl ad was probably about a tenth of that, but they came to the table having an already expansive library. They had 75 shows ready to launch, and they were entirely different, each of them. There was your dramas. You had The Most Dangerous Game, a popular story that you probably read in middle school, but they modernized it, set it in Detroit, and it starred one of the Hemsworth brothers. You had your documentaries, your Blackballed, which was about the disgraced former Clippers owner Donald Sterling's racist tape that came out that led to him getting banned for life from the NBA and being forced to sell the team. You had your prank show, Punk'd. They brought back Punk'd, a prank show from like the early 2000s hosted by Ashton Kutcher. Except this time it was hosted by Chance the Rapper, of all people. And then you also had a surprising reboot of Reno 911, a popular Comedy Central cop show that they brought back for a 7th season, which had been dormant as a show since 2009. Did I read that right? 11 years, and they bring back this show for a streaming platform that, okay, interesting. But the library still actually lives on today, because in January of 2021 or so, after Quibi officially shut down, Roku paid less than $100 million, which is crazy because they spent $64 million in just advertising, for all 75 programs that were on the Quibi app to move to the Roku channel, a free channel that is available on all Roku devices. So they went from being behind a paywall to just, if you have a Roku TV, you can watch it. And I honestly should suggest, if you do, go watch it. Trust me, they have some good shows and they have something for everyone. I'm sure you like it. I personally recommend The Most Dangerous Game, or if you're a basketball fan, Blackballed is really good. But this was definitely one that just, there was 2 things that plagued this. One, the poor launch time. I mean, launching a whole thing to watch on the go in the middle of a pandemic. Well, not even the middle. It launched at the beginning. So they got kind of screwed there. There wasn't really much they could do. And then secondly, who was this marketed for? All the ads were very different tones and not really trying to grab a specific demographic. And also, there really wasn't a need. Disney Plus had just launched up like half a year before this. And Hulu was a thing. Peacock was coming out pretty soon. There just really wasn't a need for a streaming platform that's specifically designed in short content. Now, this one, I will say, they tried their hardest. They tried to keep it going. That is a lot different than the other two. The other two simply either just gave up or gave into a merger. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We looked at a paid one. Now let's go ahead and jump into a free one. We are going to be talking about Mixer. Now, you probably know Mixer from the Fortnite days when they paid a gazillion dollars to Ninja and Shroud to join their platform. But I was surprised to learn that it actually started in 2016 as Beam. It was its own streaming service until 2017 when Microsoft bought it to try to compete with Twitch. Now, Microsoft worked quick. They integrated Mixer with all Xbox Ones, allowing people to stream from their consoles, and that didn't really do much until July of 2019 when Tyler Ninja Blevins, Ninja, the I'm not seeing enough movement guy, signed an exclusivity deal to bring all of his live streams to Mixer. At the time, Ninja was probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest live streamer. This was also going on at the same time Fortnite was starting to gain a ton of popularity as a game, and this led into a 188% increase on hours streamed on the platform. However, the cracks on the wall began to fade as during this time that all of this streaming was happening, the people watching at one time concurrently fell 11.7%. And on June 22nd, citing poor market share and inability to compete with people such as Twitch, YouTube streaming, Facebook gaming, they announced that they were shutting down. As part of an agreement with Meta Platforms, Mixer would redirect users from its website to Facebook Gaming, which is another dead one I'm not covering in this video, but Facebook Gaming is pretty much dead. I mean, they tried with other streamers, but we're not talking about that. As to why this one failed, I think it just comes down to most of these online video websites, such as Twitch and Kick, they run at a loss. They don't really have a profit margin. And unless you have a backer willing to lose money on it, such as Amazon backing Twitch or Stake backing Kick, you're not going to make money, you're not going to make money at all, but you're not going to be able to just operate the way you are. Now, I think Mixer just gave up. Granted, they could not compete. I mean, Twitch was becoming way popular in 2019, but YouTube Gaming also started signing up big streamers, because I think around this time they signed Valkyrae and Courage JD to exclusivity deals, which was pretty big in itself. So I mean, other than Ninja, there was really nobody to watch on Mixer, and that was the problem that led to people not going to that website. Now, I do think competition is good, and unfortunately, Twitch kind of doesn't have a competitor now. You can argue Kick, but with all of the news of Kick streamers, I don't think that's much of a competition there, because it seems to just be a lot of bad people on that side. But who knows, maybe one day a streaming service will pop up that actually survives on the video game streaming model. But until then, we are stuck with Twitch. RIP Mixer. On to the next one. For our third and final one today, we are actually talking about one that is still technically alive today. Yes, that's right. I know I said streaming service graveyard, but this one is alive. However, it is a ghost of its former self. We are talking about DC Universe. Now, what is that, you ask? It was an entire website dedicated to all things DC, not only just shows or the animated shows, but it also provided subscribers with comic books. And it had a very low price of $7.99, and it even had 2 original live action shows in the form of Doom Patrol and a live action Teen Titans show. However, in June of 2020, Warner Media began phasing out the video on demand part of DC Universe in order to move it to its brand new streaming service, HBO Max. They wanted to have as much content on HBO Max as possible for when it launched. However, this kind of left DC Universe subscribers pissed off. So what did Warner Media do? They gave an offer to annual subscribers to add it to their plan for $5 a month. No free period to see if you like it. No trial. Just, hey, pay this and hope you like it. Because if you didn't like it and you tried to cancel your subscription to both, you still had to pay full price for HBO Max. Now, they definitely didn't handle the merger well, and I can kind of see why they merged it. But I hate big corporatism. They merge things out of the sake of trying to make something appear big and shiny. And DC Universe was definitely something that had a quaint cult following. I know plenty of people who actually used it. And I was very surprised to learn that it was only $8 a month. That is surprisingly cheap. You look at the price of Netflix, just the ad tier, and it's like $14 a month, I think, which is genuinely insane because you got access to so much content. You got comic books, animated shows, 2 exclusive live action shows. And not only that, you were able to watch all the CW show episodes the day after they aired on TV, meaning you didn't need cable to keep up with Flash, Arrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow, and whatever other shows they had. They actually had a good formula that unfortunately died due to corporatism and greed. They felt the need to merge. Now, I have HBO Max. I don't think I've ever used the DC Universe part other than watching like the Suicide Squad, which was a good movie, but there was really no need to merge it. People aren't going to buy HBO Max just to watch DC things. The only reason they merged it was to bolster their library with known IP, such as Batman and Superman. Now, unfortunately, corporates are greedy, and that is just where we're going to end off today. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. This is my first time trying something like this, so it's probably not good. But I am looking to try to make one of these videos a month. Hopefully the first Saturday of each month. I don't know if that's too ambitious yet. This video did take me a while, but I think I knocked it out in terms of how long it should take me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If you guys want to keep up with me outside of stream, follow me on Instagram at AidenDiaz20 or follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/bedfastmoth_. Same thing on Twitter, bedfastmoth_. And I really look forward to making these more. If you guys have any feedback, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing and liking. Thank you guys. And in the famous words of James A. Denise,